Good evening, everybody, and welcome. My name is Chris Cowton. I'm Dean of the Business School here at the University of Huddersfield. It's a great pleasure to see such an intelligent and lively and interested-looking audience. It's a particular pleasure to welcome the Mayor and Mayoress of Coldendale, Mr. and Mrs. Hardy, to welcome two officials and members of the CMI, and of course to welcome Lawrence Tomlinson, our speaker this evening. Lawrence will be formally introduced in a minute, but it's a great pleasure to have him here because he's an honorary graduate of the university, and in fact last time we met he was wearing a slightly unusual outfit. Nothing strangely personal about that. It was the gowns of an honorary holder of an honorary doctorate at this university. A day I'm sure he remembers with great affection. And we had a good day that day, I think.
It was a good day.
Yeah. So just to say a few words about the business school. Physically, you're in the business school building. This particular building was completed back in 2010. And we have in the business school community 6,000 students, which scares me sometimes. It's bigger than some universities. Thankfully, they're not all in Huddersfield at the same time. Some of them are part-time students working in companies in the region. Some of them are working at computers in the West Indies or wherever. Some of them are in Hong Kong, India or Siberia, where I send staff to teach, particularly the naughty ones, of which we have very few, obviously. So we're quite a diverse and large community. We have students from more than 80 different countries. And in the past 5 years, we've doubled our turnover. So we've been very busy flying the flag for Huddersfield and indeed Great Britain in terms of trying to keep the economy going. I am actually going to hand over at this point to Darren, who will formally introduce Lawrence as the the chair of the CMI branch. I would just like to say that it's a great pleasure to work with the CMI. This event has a considerable history now, and the relationship with the CMI is something that we greatly value. Many of our students register with the CMI and indeed go on to membership, and indeed several staff and members too. So it's a great pleasure to have the CMI with us this evening, and indeed to have all of you here for what I'm sure will be a very interesting lecture. So Darren, I believe you're in charge now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is the commercial for CMI, the CMI membership. We're the only chartered body in the United Kingdom that offers certified qualifications in management and leadership. And we have over 90,000 members throughout the United Kingdom and in other countries as well. I can see loads of young faces up here, so for those of you who are students, it's literally only 60 quid to join the organisation as a student. So I know a lot of you are hard-pressed students, but fantastic value for money is offered by membership of our organisation. And for those of you who aren't students, £99 to become an affiliate member of the Chartered Management Institute. Our qualifications are a very, very cost-effective way of getting qualified in management and leadership. We go right up to level 7 and level 8, so that's equivalent to master's degree level. So even if you're working full-time, it's a very easy and cost-effective way to get a good quality qualification in management and leadership. And some independent research actually suggests that having chartered management status is second only to having an MBA as far as employers are concerned. So also very high quality qualifications offered. Our local branch is one of the biggest branches in the whole country. We've got nearly 2,500 members. Very active. We meet nearly every month. We have all sorts of exciting events, inspirational guest speakers, and the chance to visit a lot of organisations that you just wouldn't otherwise normally be able to visit. We've had, for example, recently behind-the-scenes visits to Headingley Stadium, the biggest Coca-Cola bottling plant in the whole country. We've had visits to British Telecom headquarters. Very popular visit to Ossick Brewery not long ago, where we had lots of free samples. And I can honestly say that I am able to organise the proverbial peel in a brewery, because I did. And the most popular event we've ever held in our history, and that was a visit last November to a sports car manufacturer and more about them a bit later on. If you want to join us, fantastic. If you don't want to join us, but you want to engage with our organisation, then we're on all the social media sites, the Twitters, the LinkedIns. All you have to do is do a search for Yorkshire Managers, and you'll find us everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're absolutely everywhere on social media. Just do a search for Yorkshire Managers, and you'll find us. This is our annual lecture for 2013. It's the most prestigious event that we hold every year, and this is in a long line of very prestigious guest speakers we've had. In the past we've had Tony Reeves, who is Chief Exec of Bradford Council, Gary Verity, Chief Exec of Yorkshire Forward, Terry Hodgkinson last year, former Chief Executive of Yorkshire Forward, and this year, probably our most prestigious guest speaker ever, Tomlinson. And also this is the most popular lecture of all the lectures we've been doing over many years. This is the one that's had the most attendees. Lawrence has a local connection. He was born in Batley and studied right here in Huddersfield, at Huddersfield Technical College, before going to Bradford University. And he's, as I'm sure you all know, the founding chairman of the L&T Group, which employs 2,000 people. Something very, very interesting about the company is every employee is a shareholder in the company, and I think maybe mentioning that a bit later on. He was awarded in 2011 2 doctorates from 2 separate universities, this university and also Bradford University. Also in 2011 was announced Yorkshire Director of the Year and Entrepreneur of the Year, and the following year was National Director of the Year. One of the really interesting facts, aside from the business aspects, is in 2006 Lawrence drove the Team L&T Panos Esperante to first place in the GT2 class of the Le Mans 24-hour race. And many of you will have seen the cars parked outside on the campus. The G60 Ginetta was named by Autocar magazine as Britain's new version of the Porsche 911. And I, for one of my personal ambitions in life is to one day own a Ginetta G60. And those of you who,
$68,000 you can have.
well, those of you who are undergraduates, if you work really hard on your exams, then one day you too may own a Ginetta G60. But I won't say any more, apart from to say this is the most exciting annual lecture we've ever held. Please welcome our keynote speaker this year, Lawrence Tomlinson.
Well, thank you very much, Darren. I'm glad you stopped there because I thought you were going to do my whole speech, which is about that kind of thing. I'm delighted to be here tonight, and if you, as students, want to join the CMI, it's only about 20 pints of lager you'll be losing. I've had a busy day today. It started with a visit from Norman Lamb, who's the Care Minister at 8 o'clock this morning, and I think he still is tonight as well. Did my normal job during the day, then just before I left work I had a 2-round fight with RBS, which we won, followed by half an hour on the M62 car park. I'm off to London straight after this, and I've never been busier. I don't know if that's because of the recession or it's because I'm a workaholic, but I seem to keep myself very busy. I'd like to start by giving you a brief description of my main trading companies in the L&T Group, and a short personal life story behind that. So it's not just facts and figures about the companies, you know, how I started those companies and how they developed. And then I'd like to share some of my personal philosophies, and probably more to the point, the actions that I believe make the L&T Group different. I'm hoping I can get your thoughts and ideas and questions at the end, but if you have something that's really burning you want to ask, I don't mind stopping if you really want to stop them, but the end's good for me. L&T Group is based in Garforth, which is just outside Leeds, and the 5 main trading companies that we have are L&T Construction, is the first company, and they're in no particular order. L&T Construction build 20 to 25% of all the care homes in the UK. And the last 3 years we've built 3,000 care places in that business. Our buildings exceed the 2020 eco standards, and that's something that I'm very passionate about in the design and build of these buildings. And also because it only costs us 35 to 40% of the energy costs of an average UK care home. Gives us a great competitive advantage. The L&T construction business is very vertically integrated, and I'll come to that a little bit later in the speech. Ideal Care Homes is a second company I'm just going to talk about for a minute too. I started this business 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, and since then we've opened 2,500 care home places. We currently operate just under 2,000 care beds and a fantastic quality offering. Starting a care company in 2009, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, and creating 2,000 jobs during that time has been challenging, but very rewarding. I've just got a short video to show you some of the things we do in that business.